What brought me to this research study, it was actually when I had my about 10th visit to a neurologist. I was pleased in a way that I actually realised why I was going so much, you know, and the fact that the consultants were working alongside with the mental health. For 2 years I'd have thought I got motor neuron disease, so I must have seen about 8 neurologists. Every time I had a new symptom I used to go and visit him, but obviously you realise that reassurance doesn't last with people with mental health problems. I've never been on any street drugs, but it's probably like an amphetamine. You come out on your real high and then slowly you think, oh, if I told him about that twitch he would have known, if I told him about this, and about probably a day later you're back to square one, if not below how you felt to start with. What I've tried to think is, I've got an illness, this is an illness, whether you're an alcoholic, drug addict, anything, this is an illness, you know, and I should be treated with the same respect as anybody else with an illness, and I shouldn't be ashamed of it, even though at times you do feel like you've still got a stigma. Yeah, I had my sessions over the phone. Initially, I think it was on a weekly basis, and then we stretched it out to 2 weeks and a month. I find being over the phone and not speaking to somebody or seeing somebody directly, you could be a lot more honest with them. She used to send me emails, and what I used to do beforehand, she used to send me questions and I used to fill them in and email them back to her. And then we used to go through those questions. I found it was quite good telling me my feelings before the session, then she could read it, so she got some insight of what actually had gone off the last week or 2 weeks. At work they've noticed you seem a lot happier, and you're not on the computer all the time looking at symptoms, because they did notice that at one point. And when I do get the blip, I seem to be able to cope with it, and then it might be just a few hours, I'm not feeling too good, but then I manage to get back to square one again. And I think my relationship at my GP is a lot better, because they understand that I'm accepting their guidance a lot more. And I just feel more confident in myself. I feel healthier because of it, because obviously stress and anxiety cause a lot of health problems as well. So if you're feeling less stressed, you're going to have less health problems anyway. I think now I stop and think more and think, well, I'll keep it a few days, take some paracetamol, try and do some relaxation techniques, try to do what the tools she's given me, you know. And hopefully, if it doesn't work, obviously I'm down to my GP, but my GP says, well, I've done your neuro test, there's nothing wrong. I'll take that advice on now. I am a lot more trusting, whereas before I thought, well, my GP is only like a gatekeeper, you know, I need to see other people, but obviously, and it's getting a good relationship with your GP as well. That's a very important thing, you know, and also continuity, trying to see the same GP, which is not always that easy. Well, the way I look at it, it's not a cure. It's kind of giving you tools to actually deal with the day-to-day problems with health and anxiety. I don't think it's going to change radically, but I think I'm dealing better. I would say to anybody, any treatment that's offered to you, accept it, because what might work for one people might not work for everybody, but if it works for you, it is good.